Yes, guys, Emmett here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing, as you'll see in the title, as you'll see here on the screen, how I generated 64 new inbound leads for a client of mine in just 30 days, just in the first month. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'll jump straight in. And like I say, you can see here, how I generated 64 new inbound leads in 1 month for my client through paid advertising, obviously. I do paid advertising on Facebook and Instagram to generate leads. And for anybody who's questioning all of this, whatever I have over here, you'll see the results that we had, 30 and 26. And before you say, hey, 30 and 26 doesn't equal 64, I lost the other screenshot. It's up to you whether or not you want to believe me or not. But at the end of the day, I do this for myself. And ultimately, I could come out and say I got 64 and lie to myself and to others. But I know it was 64. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. And ultimately, that's all that matters. So if you want to believe me or not, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. But how I generated 64 new inbound leads in a month. How did I do it? Really simple. I pretty much summarize it with this diagram, as you can see. And I know I said really simple. If anybody isn't familiar with ads, you'll probably be looking at this thinking, oh my God, I can never do something like this. What does this mean? I want to break this down in a way that by the end of the video, you'll be able to go, oh, okay. So he did this and he got that result, and that's how I can do this, and I can go off and do the same. Right, okay, I get it now. I want this to make sense for newcomers, for anybody who's considering running ads, anyone who's tried it in the past with no success. I want you to be able to take this approach, go off and try it, and get the same results as I've gotten, because I do want you to do well, hence I make these videos. But I'll just break this down step by step. You'll see we've got the campaign, the ad set, and the creatives, and I want to break down each one so that each one makes sense, and you'll see how each one plays in to the other to actually get that result, you know. So I'll start on the campaign level, and the campaign is essentially where you set your goal for the campaign overall, for the ads, what you want to achieve. And in this case, it was leads. We wanted to achieve leads, because it's all well and good saying, oh, you can run ads to get more followers on Facebook, more likes, more engagement, blah, blah, blah. But it's all just going to drive your ego, essentially. It doesn't drive results, it doesn't drive real money into the bank. That is where leads come in, because you can ring up a lead, you can send a lead, more information. You can get them booked in to actually solve their problems. You can solve their problem by providing a solution, and your service is that gap. You just need to provide them your service, and they can go ahead then and become a customer as opposed to a lead. You can't necessarily do that with a follower. And you'll see leads campaign, lead data goes back to on Facebook leads, 30 leads, 26 leads. It's the leads we're going after, not just followers, not just engagement. But the lead data was collected via a lead form. A lead form is really simple, part of Facebook and Instagram. What happens is whenever they click in the ad, they go through name, email, phone number. You can go ahead, send them stuff by email. You can ring them up, chase them down. You get a yes or a no out of them, at which point they can go ahead and become a customer as opposed to just a lead. But that's the journey we're trying to get people from going from leads to actual customers. There's a lot more to it. Obviously, there's going to be prospect, viewer, blah, blah, blah. You get the picture. But on the client side, it's lead to customer. That's what you're going for. But that was pretty much our campaign level sauced out. For the ad set, this is where you set the audience, who you want to actually go ahead and see your ads. And you can make this as specific as a male who's 16 to 25 and is within 30 miles of your business. You can do it that specific if you want. I'm not saying that's going to go ahead and get you results, but I'll discuss the options that I used and how they generated us the result that we got. There was the broad targeting option, and this is whereby you just say, you know what, Facebook, I'm going to leave it up to you, Mark Zuckerberg, you know, your billions. They will take people's interests, the websites they visited, the pages they follow, the people that they interact with, all of this to build a profile of a certain type of person that they think is going to be interested in your service. You said, here's my service, go and find that profile, find that right demographic, find that right audience, and go with you with them. And it can work very well for some people. For us, perfectly honest, it was okay. It wasn't brilliant. I give it about a 6 or 7 out of 10, and realistically, you're looking for those 8, 9, 10 out of 10 audiences to get you those best results. The second one was page visitors. This is Facebook and Instagram page visitors. And this plays into Facebook and Instagram ads so well because they're the same platform. They're going to have a complete grasp on who it is that's visiting your page, who it is that's interacting with your posts. And they can take these people and they can say, let's say, just for example's sake, most of the people interacting with your stuff are women in their 30s and they're local. Facebook's going to go ahead and say, right, okay, we know that these people are interested. Let's go ahead and show it to all the other women in their 30s who are similar to these women. And it'll make an audience based off of your page visitors because they're based in these interests. They're based in these features of the people visiting your page. For us, it didn't work so well, is the truth. And I think this is just on the basis that the client I was working with is big on organic socials. They post a lot, but that isn't necessarily going to be people that they want purchasing from them visiting that page. Could be friends, could be family, could be competitors, could be previous customers, people that you don't actually want to be seeing your ads. Because if you're paying for them to see, you need money to be coming back in as well. As you're not going to get that from all those people I just mentioned. You need to get it from new customers and new leads. And lastly, we had website visitors. Excuse me, you guys, I'm awful sick this weekend. I don't know if you can hear, but excuse the voice. Website visitors is essentially you are doing the exact same as the page visitors, except there's people visiting your website. You can put a piece of code in your website, track who it is that visits. You can pick up on their age, demographics, interests, location, all of that. Make a profile of that type of person who's most likely to... They make a profile of the people that visit your website, and then they will go ahead and make an audience based off of that profile, people who fit the profile of the people visiting your website, and they'll go ahead and show the ads to those people. And this absolutely crushed. For us, it did so well. And I think this is just on the basis that people are going on to Google, they're shopping, they're with intent for a reason. Like nobody visits a website by accident, unless it's just a click and then they click off straight away. But that's an exception to the rule. People are on a website because they're intent, because they're ready to buy. And what we were doing was we were getting people visiting the website, and then 5 minutes later, they're on their phone, they're scrolling, they get an ad from us because we've been able to target them in that specific way. It's very intentional, and they're thinking, oh, I was just on that website. Oh, I can book in with them to have a chat. Yeah, why not? And they go ahead and they book in themselves. And that's why we did so well with the website visitors, I think, personally. But as you can see, 3 different audiences, one for website visitors, Facebook and Instagram page visitors, and one with no specific targeting. And those are the 3 I recommend you implement. The only other one would be email lists. We didn't have one in this instance, but if you have one, you can go ahead and make an audience based off of email lists as well. But I'll make a separate video on that. To be honest, it would be too long to cover just now. In fact, go check my previous video. I'll link it down below, and it explains it in a little better detail. But creatives is the actual ads that people are going to see. As you can see, we had videos, 2 videos, 2 images, and a carousel. And a carousel is just multiple photos in the same post. You can swipe across and see different ones. And you'll notice, there's 5 compared to the 3 in the one. What I was going for was variety and volume. More variety is better opportunities, and that's better opportunities to crack the algorithm and hit your leads and potential customers where they want to be seen. And I'll give you an example on this. Let's say one person sees video 2 and they think, I don't really like to look at that. But then they see image 1 and image 2 and they portray the service of the product in a different way that actually does spark their interest and engagement. They'll think, okay, well, no, maybe it is something for me. And then they can go ahead and submit through the other 2. But if I was only running with one video, if I was just running with video 2, they would have seen that and they wouldn't have been interested and they'd have swiped off and that would have been that gone. So that's why I recommend that you implement volume and variety to give yourself the best opportunity to crack the algorithm, crack your leads, crack your potential customers in the way that triggers them the most and encourages them to go ahead and buy. And for us, the carousels actually did really well. And I think this is just on the basis that it's variety within variety. We had 3 different carousels, and within each one, there's different photos. So although we were running 15 different ads, within the carousel, there were 6 or 7 others. So what is that? That's 3 by 6, 18 by... It's a lot. It's like 50 something plus different varieties of showcasing our product and service. And that is where we did really well. So yeah, variety is king, guys, is what I'm trying to say. More variety, better opportunity to crack the algorithm and get your leads interested in ways they wouldn't have otherwise been. So yeah, I hope that you guys can make sense of this now. I hope all of this is more understandable for anybody who wasn't familiar with any of this. Look at the campaign where you set the intention, what you want to do. Ad set, you set the audience who you want to target, and that's the different ways that you can target them. Then the creative is the actual ads that people see, and you should try and implement variety to give yourself the best opportunity to crack the algorithm. But yeah, I hope that all makes sense, guys. I hope that you are able to learn something from this and get some good value. If you are looking at running ads yourself, then I hope that this is able to encourage you to start off. But yeah, you can check out my previous videos for advice as well. I post every Sunday now on this account. So I really appreciate you tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one as well. Cheers.